In preparation for this project pan update, I was looking back on progress photos and I was very surprised to see that the last time I took progress photos was on June 19th, which was about 7 or 8 weeks ago. I skipped an update. July just flew right past. I'm sad to have missed an update, but I'm also really excited to show you even more progress than I normally would in a monthly update. And I'll start with just the same order that I always go in. I'll start with this cream blush from this Natasha Denona face palette. You're not really going to see a difference in the photos because I'm very evenly scraping a little bit at a time with the back of a pair of tweezers. I've definitely lowered the product a lot in the pan, just in a very even way. I can say with certainty that I will likely have pan on it by my next update, and because I've so evenly worn it down, I don't think I'll have a lot left once I get to that point. My next one is an empty, and this is the Natasha Denona concealer. I was in the shade N2. I didn't have a lot left in here before I finished it. I went through 0.2 grams, and I took the stopper out. I didn't put the stopper back in yet. I don't have any concealers that I want to bring into its place, but I do have this foundation from Bare Minerals. It's the Bare Pro 24 Hour Wear Skin Perfecting Matte Liquid Foundation. It's in the shade 10 Fair Neutral. It's a pretty good shade match for me. This is a more full coverage foundation, and so I have heard people say that they don't really like that. I use a really thin layer and I apply it with a makeup sponge. A little goes a long way, which is great. I'm so animated when I talk, I've already shaken the bottle up just from holding it up for the video, but I do have a clean line in the photo for you to see. I'm just under halfway through this bottle. It's really the only foundation I'm reaching for right now, so I imagine I could have this done in a couple months' time. I have a lot of foundation, so I'm glad to see that one is sort of in the process of being phased out. And I think I might just keep rolling in new foundations. It's been a long time since I've had a foundation and a project pan. I'm kind of excited to have one back in. Next up is an empty. It's this Romand lip pencil in the shade Fig Breeze. I had so little of this left in my last update, I knew that it was going to be gone. And I also mentioned that this other lip pencil was going to be my next thing that I focused on. It was the Shockwave lip pencil from LA Girl in the shade Mauve. There was so little of both of these left that I assumed that they would be finished by my next update. And to replace that, I'd like to bring in a lipstick. It's one that I'm already trying to reach for more so that I can finish it this year. And it's a lipstick by Lisa Eldridge in the shade Rose Official. It's a nice, very easy, everyday lip color to wear. It's nice and moisturizing. It goes with most of the makeup looks that I put together. And I can just keep it with me on my desk and reach for it a couple times a day. I'm not gonna put any specific goals on this lipstick, but if I can reach for it like 15 to 20 times in the next month, I think that would be making great progress to eventually hopefully finish it by the end of the year. This next one surprised me so much. I did not realize I was so close to being almost done with it. And that's the Becca color corrector in the shade Fair Light. I feel like in every update I was like, yep, another long haul product, another product that's gonna take me forever to finish. And I had been slowly working my way through the center of it and then starting to reach for the product on the sides. And that is all almost finished now. I probably have like a week left of wear before this is completely gone. I really wasn't expecting that. I'll try to give you more of like an up close look. It's kind of hard to tell with these glass jars, but yeah, there's like nothing on those sides there. And then just a little bit in the very bottom. That is so exciting. I had a schedule on this one, and I imagine once I finish this, I'll just bring in my Charlotte Tilbury color corrector, because I think that's my next oldest one that I have in my collection. And I'll be really happy to do that because I love that color corrector. This next one is another slow and steady product, and it's the Becca Berlin Girl Glow Highlighter. The product is really thin around the edges, and then obviously there's a giant pan in the center, and then the product around the sides is definitely wearing down. I went through 1.6 grams in the last 7 or 8 weeks. I use the Real Techniques setting brush, like the little one that people use to set their under eyes. Because that's a smaller brush, I'm not really having any trouble getting product right now, but there might come a time where I consider repressing this or just crushing it up and putting it into a smaller container so that it's easier to reach for. If I keep going at the same pace that I have been, I could potentially do that next month. So definitely still on schedule to have this gone by the end of the year too. Another empty, this is the Glossier You Perfume. I wore this an additional 19 times in order to finish it. I've been on a journey with this one because at first I didn't like it, and then towards the middle of reaching for it more, I ended up really liking it. And once I was done or almost finished with it, I was ready for it to be done. It's not something I would buy again. I did buy a full size of the Dew, which is this version of the perfume in the yellow bottle. I love that one so much more. I'm not entirely sure what the difference in the notes is, but that one just smells so good. And now that that perfume is done, I wanted to bring in another perfume. I think this is my next oldest perfume, and it's Pacifica Beach Day. This one is almost full, and this was a blind buy. So I bought it online. I liked the sound of the notes. I thought it was going to smell really good, and then it didn't really smell anything like I wanted it to. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it. I don't like it on its own, but I've been playing around with body mists, like from Bath & Body Works and from Victoria's Secret, and I've been watching a lot more videos about those sorts of things, and I've been learning about the concept of layering, or mixing things together in order to get a unique smell. And I'd like to use that in this scenario to find a way to enjoy this perfume while still reaching for my other stuff too. And so I was playing around with this perfume and some of my mists, and I cut up some paper strips and was like trying out different combinations. And I found a couple that I really liked that I think would be really great for this time of year. There are some products that I mixed it with that smelled awful, specifically the Vacation perfume and the Vacation mist. I have both of those. This, when you mix them together, makes it smell like really sour and kind of makes it smell like bug spray, which is like even worse than what the perfume smells like on its own. But I did find quite a few mists that I think go really nicely with this. Something about this just smells like wood or bamboo. Let me look up it says it has bergamot, nutmeg, cardamom, orange flower, orris, violet, sandalwood, amber, musk, and suede leather. I understand they were going for kind of like a driftwood situation, which I like driftwood in other perfumes. I don't like it in this one. It's just, I wish I was better at explaining scents, but if I mix it with more like sweet stuff, it works really nicely. My goal is to have this finished by the end of the year, if not sooner. And I think a big reason why I'm excited to reach for this is because I have found some really nice pairings, and it's making me excited to try it with other things too, just to kind of experiment and layer. I think I have a long ways to go, but this isn't the most long-lasting perfume, and so it's something that I could put on again later in the day, which makes me feel like I might go through it a little bit more quickly than other perfumes. So we'll see. I'm more so excited about like getting to experiment and layer it with other things and find combos that I like. The next product I'm trying to reach for more, up to 100 times, is this set of eyeshadow singles from Sydney Grace. In my last update, I had worn it 26 times. I'm now up to 60 times, meaning I've worn it an additional 34 times. And every time I reach for this, I try to reach for multiple shades so that I'm really enjoying all of the colors here. I do wear these shimmery shades here, these first two and this last one. I wear them as nail polish too. But I love these sorts of shades. I think this is such a gorgeous color story. So I'm really having no problem at all reaching for this more. And yeah, I'd like to reach for this as a palette 100 times. I may also have a goal of trying to reach for each individual eyeshadow a certain number of times. I'm keeping track of both just in case. But these are some of the oldest singles that I have in my collection, and I'm just happy to be like making a point of reaching for them more, and then I can decide how I want to proceed with these once I hit that 100 use goal. This next one, I wore it a certain number of times and now I'm ready to pass it on. That's this blush from M Cosmetics in the shade Magic Hour. I had worn it 43 times in my last update. I think I wanted to bump it up to 100 wears, but once I hit 50 uses, I was like, okay, I'm done. It's a beautiful blush. It's just not for me. It pulls more peachy on me than I feel like it pulls on other people. I'm glad I reached for it 50 times, and now I'm ready to declutter it. I don't have any other blushes that I want to bring in at this time. I'm kind of enjoying just reaching for a different blush every day and changing it up. So I'm gonna bring in a under eye setting powder instead. This is from Besame. It's in this gorgeous compact that has a refillable pan. And I use this violet powder to set my under eye concealer. I love this powder. I loved it even back when it was in like the loose powder form years ago. I bought this specific pan back in 2023, and I was happy to see that they sell this again on the Besame website. I was sort of saving it because I knew I couldn't replace it because it was out of stock for the longest time, and now that it's back on the website, I'm a little upset because when I bought this in 2023, this was $18.50 for just the pan. And now that same pan, I'm assuming the same size, is $24. So it's $5.50 more just in the span of 3 years. That's annoying. I have 2 of these refillable compacts and I love this powder. I was like, perfect, I'll just keep buying refills and this will be my go-to setting powder for my under eyes. But them increasing the price that much is just disappointing. Granted, that's still more affordable than some other pressed lavender powders out there. Like the Fenty Beauty one is $39. It comes in a compact. I don't think it's refillable. And there might be some more product in that one than this one. I couldn't figure out how many like grams of product are in these pans. So I couldn't see if they were the same price per gram. So technically it is still more affordable than the Fenty one, and I do like the fact that it's a refillable pan, but they don't even offer free shipping. I think shipping is like $8. And if I wanted to get free shipping, I'd probably have to buy 2 pans of this at a time. I have to order directly from their website. They're not available at other retailers that I know of. But I've had this for 3 years. I've been savoring it. I would like to just go back to wearing it regularly. I don't imagine that this will take me long to finish, probably 2 or 3 months. I try to go out of my way to avoid saying 2 or 3 months because I feel like for a while there, I would say that for every single product. But for this, I really do feel like 2 or 3 months is the right amount of time. I'm slowly building a cart for my next Yes Style order, and I've seen that there are a lot of purple powders on that website. If you know of a cheaper alternative to this that you would recommend, please let me know, and I'd potentially would like to try it out. Next up is one that I think will be done next month, and it's this NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in the shade Buttercup. I have a little bit in the corner and then a little bit on the side, and I've reached for this a total of 116 times, meaning I've worn it 33 more times since my last update. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get the rest out of here. It's kind of hard to get it with my brush right now. I might consider just crushing this up into a bigger container so it's easier to finish, but this is so pigmented. I kind of worry about it being loose in a loose powder form because I feel like that'd be a lot harder to control how much I have on my brush. I don't really want to repress it. I feel like that's a lot of work for how little product I have left. But if you have any other suggestions, please let me know. I haven't filmed in so long. I feel very rusty. I hope that was an enjoyable update to watch. I'm glad to have some new products to roll in. That kind of just helps me feel a little bit more refreshed, a little bit more motivated. And yeah, I think I could have at least a couple finished by my next month. I definitely think the Becca color corrector and the bronzer will be definitely done by my next update. And a couple other may or may not surprise me, we'll see. So yeah, sorry I skipped my last update. Please stay tuned for my next one. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video.